welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your baby girl AE. So today we have a movie. Name of the movie is
Motherland for C.
I don't even know how I started watching the movie, but immediately I started from the episode when I got hooked. I would confess that at the very first episode I was kind of, should I say confused, or I was still trying to understand what was happening, because after I got to season 2 I had to go back to season 1 to know that okay, these are the part I missed when I was trying to understand what the movie is. But trust me when I say this movie is beautiful. I mean, the person who sat down, who thought about it, it was really good. I mean, for the fact that this movie is supernatural, it's about witches. But before I go in depth to tell you about the movie, let's just go through the history of the movie. This movie has 3 seasons, and in each season it has 10 episodes. So right now they are in episode 8 of season 3. The first episode aired in 18th March 2020 and is created by Elliot Lawrence. It's drama and supernatural. Original network Freeform. Taylor Hickson as Rilla Quella, Ashley Nicole Williams as Abigail Bellwether, Jessica Sutton as Tally Craven. This movie is so interesting. I mean, it's not your regular witchy kind of thing that, okay, I know it's a witchcraft movie, but then it's not, they are not sitting down, they are not putting candles around and trying to do spells or anything. They use their voices, they sing. That's their power is in their truth. So they just sing to do whatever they want to do. And I just keep smiling, who sat down to think of this script? I know Elliot really did a great job. He killed the script. There's something that they call the Salem Accord, that every child born of a witch bloodline must serve. So this script is about the witches who serve in the US Army. They fight the wars, when they are trying to get territory of another country. They are the ones who fight the wars for the humans in United States. The humans were really angry. They kill humans even if they are trying to protect them. But then when the movie started, we saw that they had 2 segments. They had the witches who fight for the United States Army, and then they had the witches who are against the other witches who fight for the United States Army, being that the humans that they are trying to protect are the ones killing them. So then they call those ones the spree. But along the line, we saw that a greater enemy, so the spree and the witches who fight for the US Army, they have to come together to destroy this particular enemy that was going to wipe out every history of witchcraft. So I think when I saw the name Motherland Fort Salem, I remember that I've seen a series called Salem. It was about the witches. But I know that people had different questions. But let's just go and then I'll tell you what the movie is about, a detailed explanation. So these are born witches made warriors, set in an alternate America where witches ended their persecution over 300 years ago by cutting a deal with government to fight for their country. The series follows 3 young women from basic training in combat into early deployment. And then we have the season 2, where dangerous magic and a new threat from ancient group witch hunters become a real. Their training is intensified when they promoted to attend war college, where their magic, relationships, and beliefs will be pushed to the limits. While General Order seeks out new witches to join the wars to come, the spree and the army learn their fights may no longer be one another. And then season 3, the story happens season 3. Without a military nor a home, Abigail, Tally, and Rilla seek protection along the Dodger community in this session, but laying low and staying out of trouble has never been their strong suit, with witch hunters working against them from inside the White House. Our heroes must call upon ancient forces in the final battle for their right to exist. But I had to go on and read more and see some questions that people actually asked. So they were asking how long do witches live in the motherland, and we had some answers that these are a group of 7 witches who sacrifice their life for Sarah Alder. They use Native American work to give others some of their own years. The biddies are the reason that Alder is alive after 327 years. Each biddy only lasts 5 or 6 years. So, and he calculates the 7 witches who give their life to her. And then they asked, is the Salem Accord real? They said, although the show is not based on a single true story, and that the Salem Accord is not a real document, the historical background of the show is set against the very real. And then someone asked, who is the strongest in the motherland? And then we saw that they said, despite having a civilian for a father, Raleigh is shown to be more powerful than many of the other cadets at Fort Salem, due in part to the unconventional work taught by her mother, Willa Collar, before her death. Along with Abigail and Tally, she's one of the most formidable cadets in the year. And then they asked why the witches come there, because I mean, when you start seeing the movie, you see that when they tell them something that works, and you just, instead of clapping, they said that it's the female genetic inheritance of the power known as the Malutrine. In lieu of clapping, witches show their support by rapidly stomping their feet on the ground to mimic the sound of thunder. I hope you get that. And then they asked why do they hiss in the motherland, and they're like, biddies do mimic not just others' movement but her emotional state as well. The biddies' penchant for hissing and clicking is all as a result of the telepathic connection they have with Sarah. They are physical personification of Sarah's emotional state, but this is not a conscious effect on their part. And they asked, what is Motherland Fort Salem based on? The show provides an alternate history of Salem witch trials. Motherland Fort Salem is based on the fictional premise that the people accused of witchcraft during the Salem witch trial not only survived, but in fact are real witches. Wow, that was a lot. I mean, I really want to see this movie, but I'm sad because after season 3, there will no longer be any other season. So, if you start watching this movie and you get to season 3, know that it's going to end in season 3. But according to the creators and the writers and the producers and the directors, they said they would try and bring out something from the movie. So even if it ends in season 3, we might be hopeful to get something else, maybe in 2023 or 2024. But fingers crossed, and I'm hoping to get more good story. And I think I love the movie, the fact that they don't just use their powers, they learn how to do normal combat, like fight, action sort of. It was amazing to watch this movie and to see all the betrayals, the fighting, being together. Even from the very start they were not friends, but they tried as much as possible to become a family, and the relationship was tighter than ever. So guys, I would give Motherland Fort Salem a 9 over 10. I'm partial, but I loved the movie. I loved the script. It was amazing for me. So please watch this movie and tell me what you think about it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. I love you guys. Life of Alien.